On this episode of the TJ Thorpe Show.
And we got a little brother of mine, not so little anymore. He's taken off. He's Durham's finest. Hometown guy. We got Kendall Hinton here, Southern Durham.
You know, it had been rumors and whatnot about our quarterbacks possibly not being able to play. My coach calls me, yo, Kendall, we're going to need you to play quarterback tomorrow. And we're going against the New Orleans Saints. They probably had top 5 seasons. Yeah.
But you, sir, are indeed a businessman.
We walk into Wakemet Hospital, about 15 minutes drive from here, with a $25,000 check. We were able to cover my college tuition, my brother's college tuition, and my 10-year-old little sister's college tuition. Me and my brother pay for our tuition to go to Cardinal Gibbons for our parents.
What's up, everybody? This is TJ Thorpe, and you're tuned into the TJ Thorpe Show. On this episode, we've come back home to Raleigh, North Carolina, where we're going to stop by Cardinal Gibbons, talk to Connor Clark, and then we're going to hop on a call with Durham's own Kendall Hinton and see how, they both play quarterback. So, stay tuned. It's going to get surgical again, and make sure this time, keep your refreshments handy, because I don't want you to miss anything. Let's go. What's up, everybody? This is TJ Thorpe, and you're watching the TJ Thorpe Show. I'm here with state championship quarterback Connor Clark. Pan. Yes. Now pan back. Pan back. Come on. Boom. And we're here at Cardinal Gibbons High School in Raleigh, North Carolina. So, Connor, man, I appreciate you coming out.
I got you, man.
My man. Got the Delaware football, so you've been in camp season?
Yes, sir. Been camping since I was in 8th grade. Been all over the country.
What's on your hat?
What is on my hat? Little Elite 11. I was at Elite 11 up in Washington, D.C. past weekend. Got to throw against a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm. So we'll start there. What schools, because you're a different type of quarterback. Mm-hmm. You're not the what we're seeing now where it's the Lamar Jackson-esque, the Josh Allen-esque. Now, granted, you have the size of Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. Right? You're a big quarterback. But kind of speak to some of your strengths and what you bring to the game right now.
For sure. So being 6'6", 230, it has its advantages. It has its disadvantages. I'm able to, throw the ball deep. I got my accuracy and I got my smarts. Definitely able to manipulate defenders. Mm-hmm. It's tough bringing me down on the high school level. I assume it'll still be difficult to bring me down to college level.
Yeah.
So definitely still getting faster. Ran a sub 540 at Elite 11, which was good. Definitely getting faster, getting stronger, moving a lot of weight in the weight room. So I feel really good about going in next season. I had my runs last season, which were always fun, and we'll be getting some more runs this season. We just finished spring ball, had a couple read options in there, a couple pitches, a couple rollouts.
There you go.
Yeah.
Adding more tools to the toolbox, things that you can do put in your arsenal. So that's all good. We'll circle back now to the beginning. You're not from Raleigh.
No, sir. I was born out in California.
Okay.
That's given me a lot of opportunity to fly back to where I was born. Mm-hmm. I lived in Arizona for a bit, so I've flown back out, gone to camps at the University of San Diego. Mm-hmm. I got to see San Diego State, and in actually about a week now, I'm flying out to Stanford. For the rest of June, going up to a couple Ivy League schools, going to the Duke All-Academic Camp, which is going to be real good.
So I guess that's your X factor, I would like to say, because obviously you can make the throws, you can run when necessary, but your X factor is the mental side of things. Yeah. Is that something that you learned, growing up as a young athlete? Is that something your parents instilled in you?
I would say my sense of maturity came from my dad. When he was growing up, he lost his mom when he was about 12. Mm-hmm. So he had to learn from those lessons and about life and all that.
Right.
So he ended up getting into the Naval Academy on a basketball scholarship.
There you go.
So that's where the height comes from.
Do you hoop?
I used to hoop. I gave it up because I was just trying to gain some weight, get a little faster before I started my freshman season.
Right.
He went to the Naval Academy, learned a lot about life. You can get disciplined at the Naval Academy.
My parents are military. I get it.
That's good. So he was in the military for 5 years, became a lieutenant, and actually ended up driving around SEAL Team 1 as their navigational officer. He started his company out there in San Diego, and he met my mom on a flight because she was a flight attendant. So he was spent a little game to the flight attendant, and it worked out.
Look at you, Pop. Yeah, round of applause
Right?
for you. There you go, Dad.
And then we moved out to North Carolina just for my dad's business. A lot of good schools, good high schools, good universities, up and coming city, and I love it here in North Carolina.
So did you play Pop Warner around?
I did play Pop Warner.
So what teams were you on?
I was on the North Raleigh Bulldogs.
Yeah, we beat them too. Tri-County Panthers.
Hold up.
Oh, it's not that way.
We went to Disney a few times.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
You ever go to Disney?
Not with my football team.
Okay.
Durham Eagles went when I was playing North Raleigh, and they were at Wilders Grove back then.
Yeah, I played against all of them.
They were pretty good.
Cap City, was that a thing when you
Justin Burris was Capital City Steeler.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we got into that. Okay.
Right. That was fun. I started playing football because I went to Ravenscroft kindergarten through 5th grade.
Right.
And the Pop Warner Bulldogs, the North Raleigh Bulldogs,
Right.
they practiced at Ravenscroft.
Yeah.
So I went out. My dad became a coach, and me and my dad were always really close in football. So he learned how to coach, I learned how to play, and we both made mistakes along the way. And he was my coach from 3rd grade when I started playing football as a left tackle, because I was the tallest kid on the team, to 8th grade when we were with the Raleigh Revolution.
Left tackle.
Yeah. So I don't know if I still got my kick step, but
we're gonna find out later. You heard that? We're gonna find out if he still has a kick step later.
We'll see. I had my hand in the dirt for a little bit, and I was the backup quarterback.
That kind of takes me into what I've been hearing about you. So I talked to Coach earlier, and he kind of took me through your time at Cardinal Gibbons, just in brief. And one thing that jumped off the page to me is you've only lost one game to date right here. And that came, what, as a sophomore?
Sophomore in the state championship game.
Sophomore on the state championship. So you only know how to get to the state. You're like...
so far.
You're almost like LeBron, kind of. I don't want to put the carriage before the horse, people.
Yeah.
I know he has a long way to go. But as far as having that recipe right now of getting to the state championship or just being a winner, it seems that it started young. It's not something that you just learned how to do now. You've been pretty much winning ball games every season. What have you learned along the way to get you to this junior year splash state championship?
Yeah, so cool. I was going to North Raleigh Christian Academy at the time, and I knew that I wanted to go play high school football somewhere at a 4A school. The quarterback at the time, Anton Stone King, he just graduated from Stonehill College. He kind of took me under his wing, showed me a lot of stuff, and I just fell in love with Gibbons. Ended up coming here after my 8th grade year for high school. As a freshman, I earned the starting spot on the JV team. We went undefeated, and that team was the exact same team that just won states. So
wow,
I got to lead that team JV year. We broke 90% of the JV records at this school, and we knew we had something special. And we had sophomores and freshmen that were on the varsity team at the time. So it was that JV team that broke all those records, plus the guys that were already on the varsity team. So next year, sophomore year, I earned the starting varsity spot. It was a shortened season. We went 9-0 into the state championship game, and we played against Grimsley. And that game was the hardest football game I played up until that point.
Right.
Ended up losing that game as a sophomore. It shook my world. Like we were 9-0. We felt like we were on top of the world. Learned so many lessons from that game.
When that was your first loss in high school?
That was my first loss in high school. Yep.
Or your only loss so far?
Only loss so far, technically.
Technically.
So that game happens, and then they announced that we're bringing everything back to normal. We're playing in the fall. So everyone that either didn't make playoffs or lost a little bit sooner, they had a couple months to come back. 2.5 weeks after the final whistle of that game blows, we're back out here doing summer workouts.
Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah, right? With that original JV team that broke all those records. So we're all super tight. We're all ready. We're reloading. We've got a lot of guys coming back. All of my offense was coming back. Come back junior season, lose the first game to Chambers. Lost by a touchdown. Had a shot with a minute left in the fourth quarter. They're just playing prevent defense. Ended up not making a play there. So that was always in the back of my head. And then we played the rest of the season, won our games, lost to Myers Park, which was a learning opportunity for us. Definitely needed that. You got to play the hardest schedule in the state of North Carolina for your first 5 games where you're out of conference.
Builds character.
Yeah, it does build character.
Find out who the team is real quick.
Yeah, so next season it's exciting. We're driving down to Rock Hill, South Carolina.
There you go.
Playing Chambers again for the 3rd time.
There you go.
So we're tied up in the series, and we're gonna get a 3rd shot at him down in Rock Hill, and then driving up playing Bergen Catholic up in New Jersey.
Rolling back into it, you talked about Coach Wright and a lot of the things that he was able to do and shape this team. But I come out here and I'm looking at some of these guys, and no slight to anybody, I'm like, whoa, these guys aren't imposing figures. They're normal guys, but the thing about it is, and that's no slight to anybody at home, but the thing about it is your mentality, I think, is what makes this team go to the next level.
I would agree with that, yeah.
I feel like being able to have a quarterback such as yourself, who's highly intelligent, sitting here talking to you, I'm like, oh, I don't know if he's checking my grammar right now. No, I'm kidding. But having somebody who's so highly intelligent, that allows, a free line of communication and trust between coach and QB. What is your mentality approaching practice, approaching the film room, approaching weights, to make sure that you're putting your team in the best situation to continue that state championship recipe?
Yeah. So coming back as a senior, being the quarterback, returning from that championship win, you got to be first in line. Right. You got to be there early. You got to show the younger kids and the younger quarterbacks what is expected.
Right.
The reason we're so close as a team, and the reason that every single kid on our sideline was in tears after we won that state championship game, is because we start as freshmen and we don't know what we're doing. and we build and we have that 4-year-long relationship where no one's leaving.
Right.
I mean, you show up as a freshman, you know that you're going to play until your senior year. And everyone always calls us undersized, underdeveloped, skinny, like weak. They call it our offensive line weak. And then we go out there and we put up these crazy rushing yards. I mean, our O-line helped my running back Donovan Shepard run for over 550 rushing yards, breaking the state record.
I'm sorry,
last year.
Say that again.
Yeah,
Pan in on this gentleman.
Donovan Shepard, who is committed to play at Stetson University, ran for over 550 rushing yards against Athens Drive last year. That game was real easy. Just there you go.
Yeah.
90-yard touchdown.
I'm sure as a quarterback, it's like, hey, please, coaches, don't look at my stats for that game. These circumstances were way different. We had instant offense right here behind me.
Right?
So your teammates are some of the guys you're going to know and you're going to deal with
for the rest of your life.
And high school, honestly, is probably the most fun. Granted, football's still fun in college, and everybody loves playing. It
becomes more of a business, more of a job.
Exactly. And actually, that segues perfectly into kind of most high schoolers don't think that way. They don't realize that they're stepping into something that's a job at the next level. But you, sir, are indeed a businessman in every sense of the word. And I'm oh, okay, he has a hot dog stand somewhere, or he's selling lemonade, or maybe he's a reseller on sneakers. No, you, sir, are, working your way trying to be Fortune 500 at this point.
On it.
So talk to me about this endeavor, because it's not only something for you, but it's something that helps our community in the times that we were facing recently, or still kind of are.
2 months into the pandemic, my dad's just sitting there and everyone's wearing their mask and everyone hates their mask. And it took us about a month to finish the idea, but we came up with a company and we called it Copper Safe.
You and your dad?
Me, my dad, and my little brother, who's about to be a junior at Cardinal Gibbons. He actually plays wideout on the team. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That idea began, and it just exploded. We learned about supply and demand, supply chain, retail, all the needs of customers, and how to grow a business from the ground up.
Right.
We make it on the news, headlines. We see ourselves on the news. Our friends see us on the news. We didn't tell anyone about this, and we make it on WRAL at night, and my friends start calling me, and they're like, were you just on the news? And I'm like, yeah, we've been working on something. So we ended up selling to over 35 states across across the world, across America. That felt really good. We were able to donate $25,000.
Me
and my brother.
You and your brother, y'all's company
our
together.
Yeah.
In high school.
In high school, yeah.
Teenagers.
Yeah. We walk into Wake Med Hospital, about 15-minute drive from here, with a $25,000 check. The CEO of Wake Med Hospital comes out. He was an admiral in the military. He talks to my dad about Navy, about my dad being in the Navy, him being in the military. Hands us a token of gratitude, which I still have in my room today.
Wow.
Which really meant a lot. It was his personal seal as an admiral.
That's crazy.
That was really cool. It felt great. I mean, there were doctors and nurses coming out to us, and they were just astonished by what we were able to do.
Why this mask? What is special about this mask?
So it's a gator style mask. You pull it on over your head. You can wear it off around your neck, and then you can just pull it up when necessary. And I'm gonna get a little technical on you here.
Okay, talk to me.
It's infused with copper.
Right.
And copper is a naturally occurring antimicrobial.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, when the mask is resting, the viruses and the bacteria on it, as done by studies that were listed on our website, it'll break down the bacteria and the viruses.
I highly doubt that I'm going to meet another 17-year-old state champion quarterback who not only has only lost a game in high school thus far, but also has now donated $25K to his community. Helped start his own business. And how much has the business done thus far, if you don't mind me asking?
We were really only a company for about a quarter with the profits that we were bringing in. So we were able to cover my college tuition, my brother's college tuition, and my 10-year-old little sister's college tuition. Me and my brother pay for our tuition to go to Cardinal Gibbons for our parents, and we pay for our sister's tuition.
You pay for your school right now?
I do. When there's that check that goes to Cardinal Gibbons for me and my brother's tuition, that's coming out of our bank account.
And that's funny you mentioned that, because a lot of times, and again, I don't want to offend anyone at home, a lot of times people think they're just a bunch of rich kids that go here. They just spoiled, they kind of have it handed to them when it's not. It's actually the other way around. And you're here, you're working for everything you have, literally, both on and off the field.
Yes, sir.
Obviously your parents, take care of you and your brother, and they do a great job, as we can see now. But again, to add to the list of things that I probably will never run across is a starting QB. It might be the only time you ever pay for your tuition now.
I hope so.
What are some of your, what are your top schools? Where could you see yourself playing, well, not next year, the year following?
Yep.
And then kind of what type of QB are you? If you had to pinpoint on TV or whatever, your ideal quarterback, or who you shape yourself after?
Man, I have had the opportunity with my dad and my mom to go to every type of college and see a lot of different things. What I like in a college is I like seeing a community at the college. I don't necessarily like seeing a commuter school. Right. For example, I've been to a few out in California where there's more parking decks than buildings, because people are living at home and they're driving and they're going to class, and it's like a bigger high school.
Right.
I really like it where there's kids on campus, there's kids walking around, there's
college town.
There's college town. There's college restaurants where all the kids go. I like that a lot. Academics is a huge part in everything, really. Just after football, you still got a whole life to live.
For sure.
So, talking to a lot of Ivy League schools. I'm flying out to Stanford next week.
There you go.
Back to where I was born, out in California. Going to Duke and the all academic camp that they're setting up, which will have a lot of high academic schools there. So I see myself going a lot of places.
There you go.
I really gotta ball out my senior year, and we'll see where the path goes.
The college football video game's coming out at some point while you'll be in college.
Yeah.
What do you think if you were on that game, because you're going to be at some point?
what do you think your rating would look like?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I
That's
wanted
a
to
real good
save
question.
one to stump someone like you, because
I think accuracy.
I got him moving in the seat. There it is.
Accuracy, arm strength, it's got to be up there.
Okay.
I think if I'm getting an X factor, it's gonna be what Patrick Mahomes has on Madden, where he can throw it an extra 15 yards.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give me the rating. I want to hear numbers. If
Number?
99 is boom.
Yeah. I think if we're getting like a limited edition card,
Yep.
maybe like a 91. Like if it's like a
Okay.
gold. But just like the standard card.
I like it.
Card, we'll go 82.
82 standard.
Yeah.
91.
91 gold.
Arm strength.
Yeah. Accuracy's up there.
Accuracy, IQ.
Yeah.
Speed.
Poise.
Are you faster than Tom Brady?
I am faster than Tom Brady.
Easily.
Come on.
If we got RPO right now,
Yeah.
you got to beat the guy to the edge, either get the first down
Mhm.
or turn the corner and take it 20, 25 yards
Yeah.
to the house. Are we doing it?
I have done it.
Have you done it from 30?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Come on.
I don't think I've had the
This
chance
year.
to do it. I'll do
This
it.
year.
I'll do it for
This year. If you've done it from 25, you're 6'6". You can cover another 5 yards in what, 2 steps?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay, so this year, that's what we need to see out of you.
Gotcha.
And then maybe Nick will come back and we'll do like a matting rating, like we'll do
Where they
like my
update the
man
scores?
Lefko or whatever, or whatever. And we'll see at that point, because right now I'm gonna say we're gonna be very generous. I'm gonna say very generous, but we're gonna be what I think is generous here. I'm gonna give you a 78 speed at quarterback.
All right.
How would you feel about that? Would you say that's pretty fair?
I like that.
Okay. And then you go ahead and bust one from 35 out, 30, whatever.
Yeah. That
We
number
bump
go up.
that too. You're at least an 80 speed now. Now we're running all day.
I know.
You're as far as I'm concerned, you're almost what's you got? Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. In our spring game, I had a rushing touchdown, which felt good.
There you go.
I was scrambling a little bit. Definitely more used to that now. I mean, I feel confident out there.
But you look good throwing
being
the ball,
6'6".
man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Your feet look. I mean, I'm not a quarterback guru, but from what I can see, you got great balance in your legs. You got good feet, great throwing motion, releasing the ball really nicely, quick release, and you're a lefty.
Yeah, left-handed.
All right. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Hopefully, we might be able to hop on the field and do a little something. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I wish you the best.
Thanks, sir.
I hope I can hold $1 at some point. And but yeah, stay healthy.
We'll do.
And I'm excited to see what all comes for this year, and I'll definitely be at game 1.
Thanks, sir.
Nick, can we be at game 1? Okay, we'll be at game 1. Oh man,
Appreciate
it's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Boom! Boom!
We got a little brother of mine, not so little anymore. He's taken off. He's Durham's finest, hometown guy. We got Kendall Hinton here, Southern Durham, Denver Broncos, Wake Forest alum. Kendall, man, I appreciate having you on the show. It's a pleasure. It's all mine.
Definitely a pleasure. Definitely a pleasure.
Where you at right now? Talk to us. Who we got here with us? And I know we got, maybe it looks like your son. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my little guy Coda right here. Yeah, we out in Denver though. We've been practicing probably the last, I'd say 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, just been getting it in out here, trying to get ready for training camp and whatnot. Yeah, and this little guy been keeping me company.
Okay, cool. So you Mile High, right? So you the air's a little different out there. You know, it's a little thinner. You know, it's harder to keep your air on the field. So we'll keep it brief here today. You know, we'll keep the questions light. But just to jump right in, man, you're a hometown guy. I mean, as far as being from Durham, being from the Bull City, rival, so to speak, to me. But nonetheless, you started off as a quarterback. So take us through kind of coming into Southern Durham High School. You know, I know there were some big shoes to fill.
You know, quarterback that's what I wanted to do, and it was awesome having, you know, like you said, so many guys paved the way. You know, I can name a lot of quarterbacks that I looked up to coming up, just from Southern Durham. So it was great to finally get there and kind of stand on the shoulders of those guys and continue the legacy.
I would assume success came to you pretty early, being that you were a guy who received a good bit of ACC offers, a good bit of offers just throughout the circuit nationally. Kind of when did that start picking up for you? I know there's a lot of athletes out here now who are starting to get into that recruiting process.
Yeah, so as it's different for everybody, the recruiting process, but for me, freshman year of high school, sophomore year, did the whole the camp tours and tried to get my face out there and whatnot. And coming into my sophomore year, had a few good games, and Duke was actually my first offer. And if you don't know about the recruiting process, like once you get that first offer or first big offer, Power 5, the rest usually comes. So started out there in sophomore year, and it just went up from there.
Well, it's funny you say that because Duke was my first offer. So
yeah.
So I maybe it's a Durham thing. They try to get you, before you can get out the city.
The hometown guys.
Yeah, man, cool. But that's, I'm glad that you said that. It's something to stay down. You kept working, but then once one breaks, obviously you see the next one come in. You see the next one come in. You see the next one come in, and then you realize, okay, I've arrived. And so obviously you went through a lot. I guess we'll say, what was your defining moment? What was the one thing in high school or the most memorable moment you had that let you know you arrived, that let you know, okay, I'm on the map, I'm about to do this, I'm about to take that next step?
Now, I think I go back to, this might have been my freshman, maybe sophomore year. I was had got moved up to varsity. And I'm just playing the backup role. I'm just happy to be out there with a varsity jersey on. And I think it was our last game. I want to say a playoff game. And, our starting quarterback goes down, and they're like, hey, Kendall, he's here. Let's suit him up. Let's throw him in and see what he can do.
In the 4A playoffs, 8-2 Wilmington Hoggard rolls into Durham to play the 6-4 Spartans of Southern Durham. When we arrive, Hoggard is up by the 21-7 score. Southern in its own 42, William Cameron up the middle, breaking through. They're not going to get it. He will take it 58 yards. Southern is back in it, trailing 21-14. Now same score, Southern at the Hoggard 16, Kendall Hinton going to the end zone. Garrick Mason, touchdown, Southern Durham. They missed the point, so Hoggard leads at 21-20. Now Hoggard on 4th and 1 from the Spartan 13. Christian Pavaramo up the middle. He's got the first down and more. He's got the touchdown. Hoggard leads at 28-20. There are 29 seconds left. Southern 3rd and goal from the 2. Kendall Hinton to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. It's now 28-26. Southern goes for 2. Kendall Hinton, it's no good. It's no good. Hoggard beats Southern Durham 28-26.
We end up losing the game, but I want to say I had maybe 3 or 4 solid completions. It made some noise. So I think that gave me a lot of confidence coming into, my sophomore year and knowing that I could play at the varsity level.
And I'm starting to see there's a theme here when it comes to your playing career and just being ready when your number's called.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely tap back into that a little later. But before you leave high school, you're one of the few who was able to lead a team as a quarterback to the state championship. Now, I did a lot of things in high school, but that state championship run was not one of them.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about what made that team special. What was it about Southern Durham that year that no other team had? Obviously they had Kendall Hinton, but what was the one thing that you can pinpoint or take me on that ride real quick? I want to feel like a state champion myself.
So yeah, it was just something special about that squad we had that year. I was just a piece of the puzzle, honestly. I think I was just coming into my game and really building my confidence. And I had so many weapons to was pretty much just get the ball in those guys' hands, which made my job a lot easier. But yeah, we just had a freakish team, a lot of great athletes on both sides of the ball. Yeah, it was just one of those years. We just all put it together.
And where was that state championship played?
That was at Wake Forest, actually.
Huh. Imagine that.
Coincidence,
Imagine
right?
that. So now we just definitely got to dive in. So you win a state championship on Wake Forest's field. At that time, did you know you were going to be a Demon Deacon?
I had no idea.
Okay, so that makes it even better. So now you have the audition for what Wake Forest is now looking at as their future quarterback. So you make the decision, obviously, to go to Wake Forest. What would you tell 17, 18-year-old Kendall? What were you, 17 when you graduated?
17, yeah.
What would you tell 17-year-old Kendall to get ready for your time at Wake Forest?
Man, it's I think Wake Forest was such a special place. So this may not apply to everybody that goes to the D1 level, but yeah, going to Wake Forest, it was a huge culture shock, especially coming from Durham.
I understand that.
And yeah, it's a rigorous school. The academics, the expectations are high, and I wasn't prepared at all my freshman year. And I think just going back, just let myself know, understand that this is when you build your foundation when your freshman year, and whether that be on the field, in the classroom, wherever it is. And I'd probably say really come in focus, and take advantage of the early years of college.
I'd say the biggest thing, and if you ask me that same question, I would probably be, to take it more seriously and to get into the film of it. Really prep for it, because I don't think guys truly understand sometimes how much preparation goes into it. Football is football at the end of the day.
Right.
You're gonna go out there, you're gonna make plays, you're gonna react, you're gonna do those things, but being a step ahead, understanding what the guy in front of you is going to do, understanding how to get open, which I'm sure you've learned along your journey, definitely separate you moving forward. We spoke about real brief about the path your career is taking, and that common theme of being ready when your number is called, or being ready to adapt. So me personally, I think of you as the Swiss Army knife. Think of you as the guy who you can play corner if you needed to. I'm sure you have.
Yeah, take some corner.
I know you're out there on special teams doing your thing from time to time. So tackling, holding guys up, doing all that. But obviously at Wake Forest, you came in as a quarterback.
Right.
So you have success early as a quarterback. What happens there to kind of take you out of that quarterback role, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, it's quite a few different things that went into that. I started by so it's crazy. My sophomore year, I win the starting job week 2. I win the starting job, and it's my team going into week 3, and I want to say, first quarter, maybe 5 minutes in, I end up tearing my PCL. So that takes me out that whole year. So I'm expecting to be the starting quarterback, the upcoming year. And coming back from that injury, I had lost a lot of confidence. Younger guys they brought in were playing well, and the quarterback position is so mental, and I just didn't have that, and so I struggled that year. I just backed up, and coming into my following year, ended up getting a citation. I had a bottle of alcohol in the car. I wasn't touching it. It was just in the car. Happened to be in the car.
This college days. That's what
college,
happens. I get it.
And that ended up blowing up, and kind of repercussions, and it was a few other things. I got suspended, and so the quarterback position I probably wasn't the best option, honestly. And, the receiver room was open, and I just wanted to play ball.
Well, it's one thing for you to change positions. It's another thing to look inward. I can tell you, kudos to you, because I went through a similar situation, got injured at UNC.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who Ryan Switzer is. I was the starting punt returner. He went out there, won, got his opportunity
Right.
to the house, and a national record later, he's doing his thing. He's our starting returner. But the biggest thing that I can say honestly for myself is I didn't take your stance. I looked around at why is it not me? What's
Right.
going on? And a lot of guys should really hone in on what you just said there. You looked at a lot of things outside off the field that took you away from your focus and leading the team and being the quarterback. And then instead of complaining, what do? All right, well, let's just make plays. Let me do what I can to help my team, which in a sense is still being a quarterback.
Right.
So kudos to you. So now you're in my domain. You're a receiver. You're a freak now. You out here making plays. And again, being a guy from Durham, you catching the ball. I remember a few times we might even hit the field a little bit and got some routes in.
Yeah, I felt like I threw to you.
Yeah. I think who was the quarterback? Was it Sean?
Probably.
Shout out to you, Sean. But so yeah, we get out there. I know you were working your craft, and I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go.
Right.
You were there with Sage there as well when you were there.
Yeah.
So you're there with the guy who's going crazy at receiver, and now you find your niche. You find your thing that clearly you're in the slot. You're making it happen. You going deep. But overall, throughout your career, you've been a playmaker. So talk to me about that transition from quarterback to receiver, and how that knowledge at quarterback may have helped you at receiver, or how what little things did you learn along the way to get you to the point where you were draft ready.
Yeah, the transition. I think the biggest part of the transition was just swallowing my pride. It was the ego part of it. Going from quarterback, you're the guy, ball in your hand every time, and yeah, it was some dark nights. It just took me to swallow my pride and to embrace, the opportunity I had, and so it honestly wasn't something that was forced on me. It was my best chance to get on the field that year. So I took advantage of it, and it came pretty fast. Honestly, I think being athletic, playing basketball. Just running around, those kind of things. It came pretty natural, and it was just a matter of learning the receiver position, which I'm still, honing on to this day. But I think the athletic piece came pretty natural, and it's fun. Receiver is fun, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah. Well, now you see why I fell in love with it, because I would, if you told me to go drop back, which I tried.
Yeah.
And ironically, against Southern, every time I would throw an interception. The only 2 interceptions I've ever threw at quarterback were against Southern.
Sound about right.
And I could never, having you get 3 and 4, 5, 6 guys coming at you. That segues perfectly into what you made yourself a household name. Basically throughout the nation as the receiver that no one quite knew,
right,
for us at home, to the most courageous dude who ever stepped on a football field, it seems like. So talk to us about that. How did that happen? Like, where were you at? I need to know every detail. I need to how did I understand? They probably were like, okay, he played quarterback in college, but what happened?
I'm thinking the same thing. So I kind of give you the timeline. It was it was about 6:00 on Saturday afternoon, and I'm on practice squad receiver at this point, and so after Friday, our weekends are done as a practice squad player. You just supporting the team. So I'm headed to pick my girlfriend up from the airport. And, it had been rumors and whatnot about our quarterbacks possibly not being able to play. But, you would expect them to bring somebody in or what have it. But, with COVID, it wasn't a possibility. So I'm on the way to the airport to pick her up at 6:00. And my coach calls me, like, yo, Kendall, we're going to need you to play quarterback tomorrow. and we're going against the New Orleans Saints. They probably had
I was
top
about
5
to
defense
say.
that year. And so I'm on the phone, and it's not real. You know, it took me a second. So I called my folks and kind of let them know what the situation was, and yeah, it was still surreal at this point. And so they let me know I needed to be back at the facility fast as possible. I probably got there at like 7:00, and and I walk up the stairs to the coach's office, and like the whole offensive staff is just like ghost face. Like, you know, stressed, have no clue what they're gonna do. And so they grab me, we draw up maybe 10 plays, and then we exactly. We draw, look at some
corner
film,
mode on you,
man, and then we go to the they call back the whole offense. We go to the indoor facility. It's probably 8:00 at night on Saturday. Everybody supposed to be at the home with the fam. And so we do a walkthrough for about 30-45 minutes of probably like half the plays that we had originally planned to run. We do a walkthrough, and and we play at probably like 11:00 Sunday. So
So I'm gonna stop you right there because I watched a little video. I don't know if you remember the video where I think the Broncos do your why, right? And so I remember in the video, I see all the O-linemen standing around you as they probably did with Drew Lock or Teddy or whoever was the quarterback in the tunnel. Like before everybody, we pads up. We're about to go out here and take the field. Maybe it's still warm-ups, but we're going out here now as an offense. And correct me if I'm wrong. I see all the boys you got up there, but your face was like, oh no.
Man, you got no idea. and you know, they say here,
this ain't Southern Durham. This isn't Jordan High School. This isn't UNC. Like this is what is it? Cameron? Not Cameron. Hey, was it Jordan?
What, the field?
What's the DN for the Saints?
Cam Jordan, yeah.
Cameron Jordan, yeah. Him, you got
Jenkins.
Malcolm, yeah, you got your boy. Who's your boy out wide?
The corner, I can't even think of his name. A whole squad.
So were you even like? Were you in the tunnel talking, like getting the guys riled up? Was you Ray Lewis? Were you Drew Brees? Like,
nah, that definitely ain't my vibe. But I tried my best to bring back the old vocal quarterback role. Tried to get the guys riled up, and they just trying to encourage me.
Right.
But I'm a rookie. I don't. This is because I got cut after training camp, and they called me back week 6, and so this game is probably like week 7. So I just got back. So half the team don't even know who I am, and so it's just like, man, let's have fun at least,
No, for sure, and and that's the biggest thing. Like, what? So fun. I mean, I would assume it's backyard football for the most part. Real quick, I know you a real chill guy, but for my sake and for the viewers' sake, I would love to hear you go through your cadence if you remember it. If you remember your cadence before.
Cadence. No, so the cadence was silent count the whole game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we ain't messing no cadence.
Okay,
but it was funny trying to hear me call the play in the huddle. The play is this long and
scat to zoom like twins right. Black Hawk. So you go into the game, you complete a pass. 1, 2.
Got one.
Okay. One more than I think anybody else would have ever did. I honestly felt like you should have ran more, but guess
you
what?
You would think, right?
But I also know it's not that easy to just take off.
Yeah.
At least not. It's definitely not Pac-6 football. So the coolest thing I think out of this whole situation is the fact that you will forever be, enshrined in the game of football.
Sure.
Something that I know kids everywhere, us, when we start this game, you think about being, the best at your school. You think about being the best in the city. I refer to you as, a Bull City GOAT, a living
That's
legend.
love. That's love.
And I mean that. The biggest thing is now you're in there with Deion Sanders now. Maybe you don't have a bus just yet. We don't know what the future holds.
Right.
But you're in there with some big names. Talk to me about like what that moment, how does that feel to you as a football player, as a young man coming from just, Durham, North Carolina? I'm sure you never thought that this would come so soon, but talk to us, just kind of give us some insight on what that process looked like and what you see, how did that make you feel every day when you take the field?
I'm gonna be honest. It honestly doesn't even feel real to me yet. I haven't been able to go check it out yet. So I think being able to see in person, it hit me a little harder. But just to even comprehend it's tough. Yeah,
I can see it's hard to put in words. Like
it honestly is.
It's the NFL, the
professional football, what you dream of.
Yeah,
what you dream
like you
of.
couldn't even, like, some people don't even make it there mad. like for you and you there, like that is unreal, man.
It's unreal.
So kudos to you. And now that you're in the Hall of Fame, you know what I mean. I need a jersey for my man cave. I got all my guys in there, so I plan on getting jerseys.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
Kendall Hinton jersey for sure. But so talk to us about what we can expect. Everybody gonna be here supporting you in your hometown, but you made the best of every opportunity that you had last year. I'm sure you caught over 75% of the balls thrown your way.
Yeah.
Easily. Got in the end zone, and that was in a very limited role. So I know obviously the competitor in you is going to try to move up the depth chart. What have you been doing this year or this offseason to kind of make you, reach your goals for this year, and maybe give us a little insight on what those goals might be before we let you go?
Yeah, so it's each year you set different goals, you have different expectations. Coming in, I just wanted to make practice squad and figure my way out on the team. Last year I got an opportunity to see the field and make a few plays here and there. And so this year it's I come with some experience, a lot more confidence. Really starting to understand the game. The NFL takes a while to really transition from college, and this year feel a lot more comfortable, and it's just a matter of opportunities, just getting out there and making it happen when I get that chance. But special teams want to make some noise and definitely touch the ball a few more times than last year.
I believe in you, man. I know you can definitely do it. If you've gotten this far, playing, just hopping around, doing whatever. and honestly, man, that speaks volumes. People don't understand how hard it is.
Right.
One, to get there, get your foot in the door, and two, to capitalize on that opportunity, man. So kudos to you. I hope you play as long as you can. Hope you stay healthy. I'm gonna send you my Cash App because I know you're good for it now.
We'll do it, jersey.
Yeah, for sure. But thank you for your time, brother.
No, I appreciate you.
Hopefully we can have you back before. Actually, I lied. Before we let you go, who's one person you need to see up here? It could be a teammate.
Yeah.
I know Javante. I've been trying to get my dog up here.
I can definitely holler at him.
We would love to see that. But who do you think is the guy that you need to see up here next?
How about Naheem?
Ooh.
Gonna get him up there.
Not a UNC guy. We're gonna go NC State. Okay. All right. Naheem.
Who else I know it?
Look, even he was like, look, man, that's rough. Come on, Pop.
I don't mess with the Tar Heels, man.
It's all right. It's all right. Y'all know what happens when you come. Y'all know what happens when you come to Canaan.
Yeah.
I hope AJ Marshall watching this too. And The Bachelor, Matt James,
Shout
all
out
of y'all
AJ.
Dickens can get it, man.
Shout out
Everybody.
Dickens.
But man, you have a good one. Stay safe. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
We'll be in touch for sure.
No doubt. Be good.
Next time on the TJ Thorpe Show. Oh yeah, you already know this me. Watch out, quarterback.
I bring sacks, TFLs, speed, anything coach want me to do, for real. You see, I try to play wide receiver, but I dropped a few passes.
Hey, what's up with the triple teams on my side, man?
These coaches been coming. So I'm just now calming down, making my top 10. Right now I have 32 offers.
You already know that's me. I ain't dapping you up, bro. You opposite team.